In the previous video, we showed you how you could use pictures as replacement symbols. You can also use them as illustrations in your work, which is what we're going to demonstrate in this video. But before we do that, we're just going to take a closer look at the graphic resources and the options that you have in there. So if you click on the Graphics tab on the right hand side of the program, as I explained in the previous video, by default it will open and it will display the Widget Pictures, which are basically a set of clip art and digital images that we provide with the software. You also have shortcut buttons here. So this shortcut button, as I mentioned, is a link to your personal My Pictures folder. So only the logged in user will have access to these images. So if you click on there, it will show you all of the images that are available for you to use. You've also got a shared pictures shortcut, and that will take you to the shared area of the computer, or indeed the network, depending on how SymWriter has been set up. And finally, you've got a shortcut button which will take you back to the Widget Pictures. So to demonstrate how you can use these pictures as illustrations in your work, I'm just going to type a quick sentence. There is a squirrel on the grass. So now I've got my sentence on screen. I might want to illustrate that with a picture of a squirrel. Now I know there's a photograph of a squirrel in this folder here. So if I click on that and find the image that I want to use, so this one here, if I click on that image, just as it did before, a thumbnail will stick to the pointer. But this time, if I hold the image roughly in the area where I want to insert it, you'll see a large grey area appears on the screen. If I click now, the image will be inserted in place of that grey area. Now that the image has been inserted into the document as an illustration, there's a number of things that you can do with it. If we click on the image, you'll notice you've got some options to resize it, so we can make the image bigger or smaller, or we can change the shape of the image. If at any point you change the shape of the image and it doesn't look quite right, simply double click on it and it will return to the correct shape. You can see here that the text has arranged itself to the right of the image. You can change how the text behaves in relation to the image using these alignment buttons here. So you can choose to have the image to the left of the text, in the center, or to the right of the text. If you choose to have the image in the center of the document, you can also choose to wrap the text around it. To do this, if you go to Format, Graphics in Documents, you can select to wrap the text to the left or to the right. So if we click to the right, you'll notice in the background that the text has wrapped itself around the image to the right. If we click to the left, the text will move to the left of the screen. Once you're finished, if you click OK, it will take you back to the document. If you decide that you want the image to stand alone, all you need to do is click at the start of your sentence and press Enter. That will move the text underneath the image. You can then choose to center your text if you want to, using the alignment buttons on the toolbar. So just to recap, there's various areas of your machine that you can access to insert images into your work. You can choose how the images behave in relation to the text using the alignment buttons up here. You can choose to wrap text around images to the left or to the right, and you can choose images to stand alone and have text display underneath them.